Good evening. Welcome back to the channel after an extended break. I didn't intend on not streaming on Monday, but man, I mean, I updated in the Discord, but basically Hannah and I are looking to move in together, so that means we have to go and view properties that we'd like to move into, and we had to drive quite a way out to view this one place, and obviously then drive back after quite a short interval of the actual tour. And that was straight after work, and as soon as we got back we dived into having dinner, and by the time I had dinner it was already like 8:30, and I was like, well, there's honestly not much point in me streaming anything. I'll be live for an hour, and then just as I get into a rhythm it'll be 10:30 and it's time to end. So I thought it was just easier to quit while I was ahead. But we're still looking, so I can't guarantee less disruption. Eat faster, yeah, and vomit on stream. Wait, that'd probably be good numbers. I'll bear it in mind. Thank you for the tip, Versace. Thank you all, in fact, for tuning in. Welcome, Space Money. Congrats on being first. Shout out to Seribot there, of course, for diving in with all the bot goodness. Hello, Venomane. And hello, Versace. There. Sorry, I had a hair in my tongue. And not the rabbit adjacent kind. Do we get points for me dropping dinner? Drops cutlery. Oh, 10,000 points. Maybe one day I'll do another rate my takeaway. If I drop any food or get any food down me, there we go. That'll be the prediction. Yeah. So no Minecraft stream. But I can fill you in on what happened over the weekend. It was pretty exciting. But of course, what I'm most excited about is to transition over to the unboxing scene without having to shuffle my chair like it's fucking got a stone weighing it down or anything. This chair, it rolls so well. I'm so glad I got a new chair. I had this chair got this chair the week before last, a couple of weeks ago, I think. Maybe longer than that, I don't know. Anyway, what you see before you is today's unboxing, but I've also got a couple of trinkets here that I thought I'd show off on stream. I have shown them off in Discord as well. So on Friday last week, I didn't stream Beyond Good and Evil because Hannah and I went to go and see Superman. And while we were in the area to see Superman, there was a shopping centre, so we went in, and there was a toy shop there who was selling shit tons of blokies. So I picked up a Defender version, which is literally £3, very cheap and very desirable, and then like a regular sized blokies for £8. And I lucked out and got Optimus Prime twice. We've got the this is the IDW Optimus Prime. This is the Cybertronian look, it's inspired by the Cybertronian look of Optimus Prime, like pre or during the Civil War, transferred the Cybertronian Civil War, with a pretty funky blast effect. He's got the wrist cannons, kind of like the Mastermind Creations Orion packs that I have in my collection, which you may or may not be aware of. Who is gonna get an upgrade kit, by the way. Mastermind Creations are designing a Jinrai inspired suit of armor for that version of Orion packs. I'm very excited for it. If I think to, I'll share a picture in the Discord. Anyway, so I got this guy, and then I lucked out because the Defender was a little Optimus Prime as well. Look at how adorable this little fella is. Look at that. He's kind of a little bit chibified. I don't think the proportions are quite the same as something that you would describe as chibi, but he does have an enlarged head for the size that he is. But everything is on a ball joint, so he's got crazy blokies posability, and honestly, really small amounts of parts for this as well. A lot less than what the regular size blokies use. And do you know what's even cooler? Not last year. No, I'll tell you what, I think it was last year, possibly even October last year. Hannah picked up a little Defender blokies, and that happened to be Megatron. So she's got a Megatron and I've got an Optimus Prime. I mean, we know that the real reason Optimus and Megatron fight is because they're madly in love. So there we go, it checks out. But yeah, I thought that was really cute. This was a freebie from the Lego store. They did it this past weekend. It's a make and take. You turn up, you assemble this little model kit, you get the instructions for it, and you take it home. free of charge. It's just a funky little boombox with like kind of like 90s bomber jacket inspired colours. I guess, was it bomber jackets? I don't know. And in fact, and we also came away with more minifigure versions of ourselves, which I'll get another picture for the Discord as well. But yeah, that was really funky. We enjoyed making that. I jokingly said to Hannah that we would race building them, and she actually beat me to it. But don't tell her, some of the pieces weren't quite correct. But she still assembled the thing better than me. She got 95% of it right. All it was like one of these was facing the wrong way, but I didn't mention it. I just gotta hope she's not tuned in now. And then you may have noticed this little 8-legged freak over here, who is... so Hannah and I, while we were in the Lego store, we did the that couples trend of like buying a blind purchase for each other, one that we think the other would like. So I got her... So she really wants a Land Rover Defender. So last year she bought herself the large scale one. I don't know, is it Icons? Lego Icons, possibly? She got herself that. And we just looked for a little something to get each other. So I got her the smaller Land Rover Defender. Interestingly enough, I mentioned Rate My Takeaway earlier. When I did a Rate My Takeaway stream, sometime last year, maybe even the year before, I bought myself that same little yellow Land Rover Defender, and when I placed the order for the takeaway, I was able to build it just before the delivery arrived with the food. So that was exciting. Anyway, and she got me this Creator 3-in-1 spider. It can be a spider, it can be a scorpion, or it can be a little venomous snake. It's really cool, it's really funky, and what's really fun is that it has a web, so you can like... I don't quite know how secure it'll be to hang from things, because it is only a single stud on the end of the rope. But you can certainly like loop it around things. So if I really wanted to, I could loop it over this ring light. And yeah, there you go. Although you can't really see it there. Let me just... like that. So that's pretty fun. But what also happened over the weekend, as it inevitably does, is I go into Forbidden Planet and I see Transformers. I won't lie, I was tempted by quite a few. They had a reissue of the original Beast Wars Tigatron for £5. £5 for Tigatron. I was like, yes, I would pay for that. But I saw this on the way into Forbidden Planet, and this was £70 down to £60. So it was on sale, so I was excited by that. But I thought, no, let me see what else they've got. Maybe I'll be tempted by something else. And, dear viewer, I was tempted by something else. I was tempted by the Transformers Sonic the Hedgehog collaboration. So it's a twin pack of Tails turning into the Tornado and Sonic turning into his blue race car from the Sonic Racing games. But that was also £60, but it wasn't discounted. So I thought, it's either £60 on this or it's £60 on that. And I decided to go with this because this was discounted. This may not have been £60 forever. And now I'm skint for the next week. Hooray! But it's okay, because Transformers are life, as we all know. Right, now that I've done rabbiting, I can hop along and open this up. This is the collaboration. This isn't the first time that Transformers and... actually, I should talk about the box first, shouldn't I? So there we go. We can see it's the Mandalorian N-1 Starfighter, as seen in the hit show, Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5, The Return of the Mandalorian, which, as we all know, was basically The Mandalorian Season 2.5. Din Djarin, if you have seen the events of The Mandalorian Season 2, if not, spoiler warning, but in the events of Mandalorian Season 2, his Razor Crest, kind of big cargo ship thing, which I think is really fucking cool, and I wish that was a Transformers collab, got blown up. So he was left without a ship until partway through Book of Boba Fett, where he ends up acquiring a kind of patchy, old N-1 Starfighter. And they are old at this point, because they were first seen in Star Wars Episode 1 on Planet Naboo, shiny yellow, also really cool. They're very close to my heart, because the first time I went to Legoland, the Lego set that I bought from Legoland was the Lego N-1 Starfighter, as it appeared in Episode 1. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this design. And yeah, you know, it's been like 30, 60 years since they were last seen, so it is a bit broken down. It's like basically it's as if it's like a vintage car. Okay, it's the equivalent is what I can compare it to, I think. And yeah, so Transformers have collaborated with Star Wars before. You may be aware that there's a transforming Death Star that turns into Darth Vader. You've got one where Han Solo and Chewbacca combine to make different halves of the Millennium Falcon. There's one where Anakin turns into a Venator-class Star Destroyer or something like that. But also he has like a separate combination, a separate transformation where he can also turn into Darth Vader. And if you flip the starship over, the other side is a Star Destroyer, like a Empire Star Destroyer. So really, really fun collabs. But this one, strangely enough, isn't. It doesn't have the symbol of the collaborative series like the Knight Rider one did or the Stranger Things did. This one is very much just Transformers and Star Wars. Whether that means they'll do more Star Wars ones remains to be seen. I hope they do. Again, I hope they can figure out how to do a Razor Crest Transformer because I would fucking love that. I love the Razor Crest. But I love this as well, just as much. So on the box, I said I was going to talk about the box. I end up talking about the history of the N-1 Starfighter. You can see a little teaser of the robot mode there. Kind of see how that works. You've got nice kind of art based on like the dashboard, I guess, or cockpit from the inside of the ship. And on the back you can see kind of what the figure comes with. We'll get more into that later as we open it up. Transforms in 37 steps, allegedly. And then on the other side you've got another part of those decorative cockpit panellings. You've also got that on the top. And nothing underneath apart from the jargon. Now I will open the box. If I can open the box. Actually, no, let me use my scissors if I can remember where they are. Those scissors. Come out. I need you. Fucking hell, where are they? I literally had my scissors yesterday. Hannah and I got a new TV last week as well. And we used scissors to open the box. And I said, where are my scissors? And she says, they're there, and pointed at my desk, and that's where they were. And now I can't find my scissors. And now I have to get up and see if I can find a different one. Different pair of scissors. Arrgh! These are not the scissors, but they are a pair of scissors, so they will do. I'm not entirely sure how the box is meant to open. Is it just... Oh, I think I can open one of the sides. That's fine. I'll do it that way. Cool. Him out. Just buy a sword. Bilbo's sting was compared to a letter opener. That's true. Just stab the front. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't make a difference to me because I don't keep the boxes, but I don't want to stab the front. I might hit the figure. I should get a comically oversized box opener, shouldn't I? Like El Burrito Monster on Instagram, who uses like a Roman sword, broadsword thing to cut up, to like cut meat up. Anyway, there it is, sitting there imprisoned, but we do have some things on the back as well, so let's rescue these first. I've already retrieved the instructions. There. A Keyblade letter opener. Now J3 Jimmy would like that. He does like his Kingdom Hearts. I'm sure there's these scissors going to be good enough to cut this. Yeah, good. Good. This one. Right, is that everything? No, it's not. There's one around the middle as well. Alright, yay. There's the fighter itself on its own, looking very convincing. Not really much evidence of a robot mode, which is always nice to see in a Transformer. You want it to be in disguise. I think it's fairly accurate to the show as well. So, put that there. We've got a couple of accessories here behind a plastic clamshell. So let's, I think that can just lift off. Yeah. So we've got like a blast, like rocket effect part here, or it's like a tasty ice treat, blueberry flavour or raspberry flavour. Can confirm Jimmy would go feral for a Keyblade letter opener. We heard it from a very close source, from an insider, in fact, who is feeding me information on J3 Jimmy. Ugh. Like literally feeding me directly into my mouth. Thank you, Jamie. I was hungry. Oh, come on, get out! I don't want to, like, bother tearing off the entire plastic clamshell, but I can just lift it up and pull out the accessories that lie within. Ow. Okay, fine. I give up. I can break this plastic. There we go. We've got a little little weenie pistol there. Oh yeah, and these are some some blast effect parts of varying sizes. There we are. Right, that's it for that. There is nothing else left in here that I need. Just double checking. No, we're good. All right, and we got this. Get a little funky shield or display disc or whatever. If you're allergic to paper rustling, look away now. We've got some kind of something. A laser brace or something. No Keyblade on Amazon, but some cool ones. Even a kneeling knight holding out the sword opener for you. That is cool. I like that. Thank you for those shout-out space. Welcome, Jamie. Hope you're alright. There you go, there's the twin blast effect there. And then we have this, which serves a couple of purposes. I wonder if I can figure out this. Yes, I think I can. Alright, that's got it. So you wrap this around this brace piece. Ooh, which is clicky. No wonder I couldn't really do it with my thumb. Ooh. Okay, well anyway. That sits on there, I believe. That felt right. then this sits on there, and you've got a display stand. I think it might go that way. Yeah, there we go. Official configuration. You have it on this, like the pieces for the robot mode become the display stand. And then of course we can attach these effect parts to look like engine trails. Pretty cool. Can't really see it there, I'll angle it better in a minute. You could also slip these on there and get like some larger blasts coming out of there. There we go. Or you could have them sticking out the front as like laser blasts. That's no good. That should sit on there a bit more securely in my opinion. Checkers can't be boozers. Yeah, there we go. Blast effects parts are all the rage, according to the Hasbro designers. So you've got a small blast effect and a larger blast effect, but those are the ones for the engines. No, wait, that's not how the Mandalorian goes. I don't know how else it goes. Anyway, I think there's a home for this, or it might just sit under there, but if it does, you can't use the stand. So I think in some configurations I've just seen this little pistol sitting in the side like that. Honestly, I really dig it. As you may know about me by now, I'm not that much of a fan of loose pieces on a Transformer. I like everything to have a home. Technically, I could plug these on here, but then it would look a bit lopsided. I could have them at the front, but they would also look lopsided. So, I don't know. It wouldn't be a very symmetrical display. So, my plan is to have a Transformers accessory storage system, not unlike my Lego storage system, where there's a spreadsheet and everything is like color coordinated in different like poly bags, so that I know where those accessories are at any given time. But that's not going to be until after we move, so they're kind of like all the different parts are like just floating about right now, including the flame effects for Megatronus, who I said I wouldn't display with the fire pieces, but yet here I am doing it. So yeah, that'll be a big sort out at some point. So let's talk about the alt mode, seeing as that's what it came packaged in. I really like it. I like how neat and tidy the transformation is. It looks the part, it really does. I don't really see the point of having clear plastic on the cockpits, because they're like, what am I going to put a little Grogu in there? Well, it doesn't come with a little Grogu, so what's the point? However, it does open. I could easily see somebody being able to like 3D print their own little Grogu to sit in here. Can't really do the same with Din Djarin, because there's no room in there for a little guy. Or maybe you could even just fit in there like a, I don't know, like a you could put a sticker somehow under here to look like Grogu sitting in there. I don't know, but it's still cool. Again, I'm kind of biased because I like the N-1 design, but I'm not here to display it as an N-1 Starfighter on its own. I'm here to transform it. One thing I dislike about it is obviously this bit. Look, I mean, if I just hold it from the tail end, like a little bit of movement, and it does come off. So that's kind of poo-poo. But it is what it is. Oh, I see. That's actually two different pieces. It's fine. We live with it. I will deal. I will learn to live with it. Let's get the instructions and let's turn him into a Mandalorian Transformer. Mandalorian. Human in disguise, because he's wearing a helmet all the time. You don't know who he looks like, so he's in disguise. Anyway, this is interesting. The instructions, the first thing I see is removing this piece on its own. So I don't know if it's meant to go here. No, it doesn't go anywhere. But you take this and put it on here. Yeah, there's like some little divots and a circular section. So you could just have the Grogu cockpit blasting off for some reason. Sure. Oh, in fact, it's even telling me to put it on this display stand. So if I take off this section and you put this on here. Ooh, come on. Have I got it the wrong way around? Is that it? No, no, no. It's facing the right way. Can confirm. There we go. So you have that. Escape pod. Yeah, yeah. Pod escape. Then it's showing me how to do this display stand that I did already. It's showing me how to do the blast effect parts, which I've done already. Cool. Alright, now we get into the transformation. So we've taken these pieces off already. We've taken this piece off as well. So I think this is the core robot right here. The other pieces are just additional accessories, really. Spoilers. Anyway, so we want to pull this bit out and move it that way. See our little head exposed there. Do that as well. There's pieces on the side here, like that. Hang on, let's take this off as well. Okay. Then these fold down like that. Kind of front sections. Pop the head out. And then this bit out like that. Oh, okay. These bits in like that. Oh, okay, is it like that? I think I might skip ahead a bit there. Oh yeah, no, it does say to spin that chest piece around. Chest piece around. I think I might have fucked something up. Let me just undo what I've just done. Undo what I did. Oh yeah, yeah, I did balls up. Basically, this little panel here has to fold out before you move it here, and then it tabs in under his chin there. There we go. I can already see a few things that I like about this, but we'll talk about it when it's fully transformed. Yeah, that's done. It's tabbed in. Now we're looking at this. This bit moves up again, does it? Okay. And that bit as well. Oh yeah, and that becomes his backpack. Very nice. That's a very smooth transition. And then it just shows how they tab together, but it's already done it itself. Good. These are still facing down with those kind of like rounded bits there. Oh, but now it's saying to fold them up like that. And then we turn the page and we rotate these all the way around. Fold them up here and they should click into place. Yeah. Cool. You can see he's starting to take shape. Here's his secret mode where he has a blast rocket where his legs should be. Unofficial. Head cannon only. Okay, next we have... I think it should be a panel where his hands come out, but I can't tell which bit folds. Oh, this bit does. Like that. Pull his hands out and then close that back up. Same on this side. Nice. Yes, done that. rotate this all the way around. You see we've got a little belt there, very nice. Pry these apart. And then down here, this piece folds in like that. And then pry it away. Rotate it. Oh, like that, okay. All the way around, is that? Or is it telling me to do this? Oh no, it's telling me to do that. There we go. Oh god. Okay, there we go. I cheesed it a bit, but that's his leg. And I imagine the other one will be done the same. Yeah, so pry this away, rotate that, poke it round to the back, pull his leg all the way down, put this back, put it there, and fold this foot up. So I think we now have the Mandalorian in robot mode. Yeah. The feet are in place, the legs are facing the right way. Yeah, there we go, that's it. So before we tool him up in the accessories he came with, let's just talk about the robot mode itself. I quite like it. I think these are quite distinctive. It's a nice way of implementing those. It kind of creates like a really interesting silhouette of the figure. He does have a little extra piece of plastic here that literally acts as a holster. We'll show that off in a second. I think the head looks really good. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the head. It's literally his helmet. It's the Mandalorian helmet. I mean, what else would it be? The screw holes visible here. I feel like that could have been rectified easily. Because the back has the correct orientation. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky there. I'm not usually that picky, but it's very obvious, you know. It would have been nice if these screws weren't, or were at least covered. I don't know. I don't design these things. There might be a good reason why it's like that. I really like the detailing on the hands. You know, they are coloured brown, like the gloves that he wears in the show, and you've even got the hand guards with the blue arrow pointing down, like they do on the show. There's some nice callbacks to the Mandalorian armour there. He's got some nice kind of wrist-mounted lasers as well. I'm always a fan of those. Like a Mandalorian, he's very tooled up. A bit strange on the back. You can't really angle these. At least I don't think you can. Oh, no, well, you could kind of have them flare out like this as like a jetpack. Maybe that's like an unofficial addition. Doesn't look very aerodynamic though. But then, what Star Wars ship does look aerodynamic? Yeah, I don't know. That's just an optional thing. I'll leave it how it was, because it might be that we need it that way for when we put the accessories on. It feels really good. It does feel, again, really high quality. That's a good thing, obviously. No one really wants to get an official Transformer, especially a collaboration between two major franchises, Transformers and Star Wars. You don't want it to feel like it's falling apart, which, to be honest, the previous Star Wars attempts were kind of in the noughties. Probably not that great. I never had one. I wanted them, but never got them. So, well, because I never fucking saw them anywhere. Never sold them in the toy shops I went to. Anyway, let's talk about posability. So, I mean, we've seen a little bit of it already. Only a 90-degree elbow bend. Can't bend it backwards either. That's fine. Upper arm swivel. Can rotate at the elbow, can kind of tilt the arm up like that, but it's limited because it bashes into the helmet. If he's not careful, he'll knock himself silly. But you can just angle it backwards, and then at least he can, throw a punch at least. The head can't really look up and down, but does look all the way around. Good. Waist swivel. He has a almost a magnificent spread, but again, the little holster here is preventing a good spread. But again, doesn't matter too much. Thigh swivel, which isn't hindered by the holster, very nice. And I think there was kind of a double knee joint, but yeah, it's mostly to do with the transformation, but it is there. You've got that dynamic posability. Otherwise, it kind of snaps into place, and then this is his main knee. Ankle tilt, and a bit of a toe bend as well. Well, or rather, the whole foot bends, not the toes itself. But yeah, he stands really well. He's got kind of like long, flat feet, so good stability there. Yeah, overall, a very interesting and unique robot. I would be very excited to see them do other Transformers. I'd love to see an X-Wing as well, but I don't know how they'd pull that off. I mean, how are you supposed to lock S-foils in attack position when all the internal parts are transforming? Don't know. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. Stuff like this, I feel like they want to see how well it sells or how well it reviews before they go ahead and do more. Or they may have never planned to do more. I don't know. Anyway, he comes with a shit ton of toys. So first of all, we take this tail section, holding it this way. It's really this way. This bit goes up like that, and then you fold this bit back down on itself. Turn it 90 degrees, and you can fold out this little handle, and that becomes like a kind of long rifle, pistol, lance, whatever you want to call it. I want to say lance because once we get some other accessories on him, he does look a bit like a knight, which I suppose one could compare the Knights Templar with the Mandalorians, like a sacred order who wear specific armor, bringing the word of their people around the globe, or in this case around the galaxy. Anyway, so there's that. And yet, obviously, he can hold his little weenie pistol here, kind of like the midget cricket from Men in Black, but there it is. And that, of course, is designed to fit inside the holster here, which I think is a nice touch. Just clips in like that, so you can sort of. There's something a bit cowboy-esque about the Mandalorians as well. It's like a quick draw, Next, yeah, the blast effects can go on the guns. We knew that already. But what isn't actually included on the instructions, which I'm surprised by, is it's that it doesn't show how to put the cape on. And I don't mean the cape on that you would put in like a sandwich or whatever. I mean this cape, the laser cape. Does this like hook through these maybe? Nah, that ain't right. It does attach. I just need to figure out how. Oh wait, I see. Move these out of the way, and then this little hole here tabs onto here. These are still in the way. I think maybe they are meant to sweep out to the side. Then we put this on like that. Yeah, so you get these kind of clips on the side, but then he's wearing a cape. No capes! Yeah, a very short cape, which I suppose is better than a long one. At least he's not going to be tripping over it. But then if it's a laser cape, would you trip over it? I don't know. When are we going to get solid 3D holo projections? That's when we can answer these questions. I have a sneaking suspicion this doesn't go anywhere on the robot mode. Big boo from me. not a fan of that. But we'll see what we can figure out. Another blast effect there. I don't think this goes anywhere either, but he can hold it, so you could have it as like some kind of weird knife. But this tabs onto his arm mounts as a shield. So again, it kind of emanates that knightly look. Big old shield, big old lance or sword, or whatever you want to call it. Well, actually, if we talk about that, it means being a sword. It's not a very cool shape, but that looks a bit sword and shieldy. Yeah, I like that the cape goes somewhere. I don't like that this potentially doesn't go anywhere. Let me just try and see what I can figure out. See, this opens, and I guess it opens so that you can poke something in there if you wanted to. But I don't want to. I want to store this on the robot mode. I don't think it can really go anywhere. Yeah, that ain't working. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your tricks for free. Great song. Yeah, I'm getting nowhere with this. So, yeah, boo. Parts forming. This doesn't really have a home. I guess that's why they have it like with the blast effect on the display stand. It's like you have that displayed with, you know, the robot. I guess one is meant to think that this is like the hovering pram, maybe. Don't know. Yeah, this doesn't really store anywhere either. Like he either has to be holding it or it's just loose sitting around. I don't know. I'll have to have a play around with it and see if I can figure anything out, or see if there's anything on Reddit or on TFW about where to store these extra pieces. We'll see. JB, Rob, if I was a Rice Krispie and could only pick one, would I snap, crackle, or pop? Pop. Popo Prime Games. Or pop, because if I eat any more Tiffin, I will pop. You know, Daddy Prime, Pop, Popper, Papa, Pop Pop. You went with Snap yourself. Tegan said Crackle for her. Okay, okay. Right, cool. And what? By our powers combined, we are a Rice Krispie. Singular. one Rice Krispie. Oh man, Rice Krispies. Remember the like the claymation ads they had for those? The crispy trifecta. Now that crispy spelt CRISPY. That should be a chicken wing joint. The crispy trifecta. Wingfest 2026. Let's go. Oh boy. You know, considering it's not very warm, I am warm. I am sweating. So let's get this guy turned back into an N-1 Starfighter. As is tradition for an unboxing, I convert them from whatever they're packaged in to whatever their alternate form is, back into how they were before. So I'm going to turn him back into the N-1 Starfighter. Who is the marshmallow that holds them all together? Jimmy's undying love, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Spot on. 10 points to Gryffindor. Yeah, see, considering it's not included in the instructions, you'd think that there would be a secret way to store everything. I couldn't figure it out myself, but it's still nice that you can do it with this at least. Because the Mandalorian does wear a cape. Even though Edna Mode says no capes. No capes! 10 Griffs to Pointindor. There we go. go, cool. I do like how the legs transform. I think it's quite cool. But then I'm easily pleased, aren't I? Hang on, what the fuck have I done here? Okay, it doesn't matter, I figured it out. There we go. And rotate that around. Yeah, I kind of see why they put the screws on this side now. You need to have them somewhere. And yeah, if they were here, they would be exposed for the vehicle mode. So they compromised and they just put them here for the robot mode. Never mind. This is how it is. Again, I couldn't have designed this, so shouldn't really complain about things like that unless I know what I'm talking about. Although that hasn't stopped me before. Yep, you're in the right place. Good. Fold that down. Fold that down. We get that back. And now we put this back to the way it was before. We put this here. And then put that there. There is our N-1 Starfighter once again. Starfighter, did I just say? Oh god. Put me in a home. It's time. See, it took me a couple of goes to figure out the right configuration here. And that was not it. There we go. Oh yeah, notice that the shield has the mud horn slightly visible on there. Pretty cool. Again, a nice little detail. Oh yeah, let's put that back on there. And let's equip all of the blast effects just because. So I think you could have those and these. Bit of a kill though. So one there. And one there. And then two that don't really go anywhere. But I will attach those just because I can. Well, I mean they can go there, but again, it's like, why is one rocket blasting more energy than the other? Maybe it's turning. See, you know, as janky as I think it is to have two different sized blast effects on the side, on the back there, at least it's a home for everything. Like, everything that came in the box is now here in my left hand, so that's always good. But yeah, I would prefer it. I would have preferred it if the escape pod here / hovering pram, whatever. I do wish that had a home somewhere else on the robot floor. It doesn't ruin the whole thing for me. Again, I think it's still a great purchase. It's a good addition to my collaborative collection of Transformers crossovers, Again, even though it's not officially part of the collaborative series, it's just its own thing, Transformers and Star Wars. I count it among them. I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Not that I really usually give rankings, but today I can think, yeah, this is an 8 out of 10. It loses a point for having parts forming, and it loses a point for like just a slightly odd choices with the blast effect parts. But again, it's a great little Star Wars display. It's a great Transformers display. There's great little details that I enjoy about the design. I think the robot mode is pretty funky as well. It poses really well, and I like the helmet design. And a few points have to be given because it's the N-1 Starfighter. I really enjoy the Star Wars N-1 from Starfighter. I really wish that LEGO would come up with a modern adaptation of the original yellow design. Even better, they do a unique character who turns into the yellow N-1 Starfighter based on this, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. The unboxing is done. Look at that. We took just shy of 1 hour. And I'm going to wheel back over to the desk. Meow. I will be live again tomorrow, playing with my balls. And I'm not lying. That's not a joke. I will literally be playing with my balls in the game Ballance, where you are a ball, surprise, surprise, navigating around a assault course. There's the ball, get him! No, obstacle course, that's what I was looking for. I've played it before, all the way through. It's kind of a puzzle game. You've got to navigate the ball around obstacles. You have to be certain materials in order to get through certain puzzle sequences. It's a very old game. I want to say the release date was like 2004. So, 21 years old. It's old enough to drink in the US. Sad. They're going to be drinking a lot. Anyway. I know who to read out to, provided they are still live. Yes, there you are, you handsome devil. Iceberg Synth is playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster, which we know and love here on the RoboPrime Games channel, for I will play it myself this coming Saturday. But before that, of course, there is Ballance tomorrow. Friday will be Beyond Good and Evil. That might also be a short one. It might be 8:30 to 10:30 because I have to go and pick Hannah up from the station. But, I'll let you know as soon as I know. But yeah, Saturday will be Movie Morning, The Living Daylights, the first of 2 Timothy Dalton James Bond films. And then in the evening we've got Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, which is what we're about to go and see with Will, aka Iceberg Synth. Ka-ching! There you go, the raid is active. Here are your raid messages. Please copy and paste these into Will's chat once you arrive. I have been RoboPrime Games. This has been the Star Wars X Transformers N-1 Starfighter. I will see you in Will's stream, and I will see you tomorrow for Ballance. Enjoy witnessing my balls tomorrow. That's enough innuendo for one night. Farewell.
Oh, where's that guy at? Because I can never remember which place he's at. Is it Shading Hall? Maybe? But yeah, hope you're doing good, Bozak. Peace.
Pride 200.